Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We are here with a best of 5 between Red Bull and Hockey Star. Some player introductions. Red Bull, yes, everybody knows Red Bull. He has played a lot of games, one of the best standard players. And Hockey Star, I am sure Hockey Star is a Smurf. He used to play, like, he's really good. Hockey Star is amazing. And he probably was a very good old player. And I will ask him if he has an old nick, but I don't think he'll tell us. Alright, so um, Red Bull here has chosen random aggressive and Hockey Star is random economic. Dutch versus Iroquois. This is one of those combinations I have never seen this Dutch playing against economic Iroquois. So it's going to be interesting. Here Red Bull has got diamonds, marbles. Well, diamonds are okay. I would say marbles. I'm not excited about marbles that much. And Red Bull might be able to have Bison close to him, so that could help as long as he can discover that. Now, if you see, Hockey Star has started with a caravan rush. It's an amazing thing to do with Dutch, and just give me a moment. I will update the scores. Okay, now the scoreboard depicts exactly what it is. Both of them still at the early stage. Hockey Star has got copper here and obsidian. Well, to be honest, I don't like Hockey Star's rare resources. Obsidian is good, but it's not the best rare resource. And of course, copper. I would say this copper is equivalent to this marble. Maybe marble is much better than copper. And with Iroquois, we often see the players start with a barracks right into the game. They make a barracks because for Iroquois they receive a free scout whenever they build a city. So now Red Bull has 2 barracks right now. That's and yeah, that means I mean 2 scouts. So that means he will probably get a lot more ruins than Hockey Star is going to get. And these raids can be very annoying initially. So if you know that your opponent is building barracks, the ideal thing to do is to get your own barracks right away. Well, it seems Hockey has managed to stabilize the situation. He's got 2 archers, uh, and he's actually doing better than Red Bull. Look at his eco is 80-90 compared to 66 and 100. Let's check out the ruins. So despite 2 scouts, Red Bull didn't get as many ruins as I would expect. So it's still even on that front. So actually, this map does not have good rare resources. I'll be honest. All of these are mediocre rare resources except diamonds. I like spice, but I'm not particularly excited to get spice whenever I see it around. Even wine, not the most exciting rare. Amber could be okay. Yeah, amber's not bad. Now in standard games, one of the strategies that most players follow is to get the third city down as soon as possible, because as soon as you have third city, you can you can make three caravans. That means you're maximizing your wealth income, and wealth is the bottlenecking resource in early game. So the sooner you get your third city, the earlier you can maximize wealth. You can make wealth heavy units like archers or heavy cavalry. And look at that, Red Bull has placed a temple here to push the border, and he is making a city here. Meanwhile, a Hockey Star is anticipating that he's got his units close. He's also got a senator. Senator means he can now bribe units in friendly territory, and he can also heal units. Oh, that did not work well for for Red Bull. He was expecting that even if there's an enemy unit attacking, he could still get these three villages to finish the city, but looks like that's not happening. And here Hockey Star has got his own civic. Nice. So Hockey is also going to be raiding. Okay, so these slingers were hidden. Since I'm viewing from the perspective of Hockey, I cannot see these. But that was a good defense. And look at that, look at that. Thanks to this army, Hockey is going to be building the city very very much in time. Yeah, he's not that late. I would say still both of these are on equal footings. Nobody has any particular advantage. Approximately equivalent economies. And Hockey's got good amount of wood in his territory. He's got dispatch. This is a +5. This is a +6, and nothing to worry about. It's not like he's going to get starved. Ooh, that archer may die. Ah, that archer did die. Look at that, another temple coming here. Uh, they both are managing their knowledge and wealth quite well, and almost equally. And I'll have to give it to Hockey. I mean, probably it's a Dutch advantage. I don't think Dutch are officially supposed to have any kind of advantage in their wealth income, but it looks like Hockey Star has got the same wealth income as Red Bull, and Red Bull's got diamonds, so his +20 wealth is just from this diamonds coming here. Okay, to be honest, I think Red Bull may have the better rare resources. Diamonds, wool, bison, yeah, it's no joke. He definitely has better rare resources. Um, I would take diamonds and wool any day for copper, obsidian, and spice. And this is a great idea from Red Bull here. He is trying to. Oh, that villager is right outside the range. See, I'm less faster with the city. I do not know what he's talking about, but both are still doing just fine. And yeah, if you look at that, Red Bull has got 7. Yeah, that's uh, 7 of scholars, and he's at 50, and he's at 55. And Hockey Star has got just one scholar, is at 39, and this is thanks to Spice and Obsidian. Both of them are providing plus 12 wealth income each. Now, I don't know if Hockey Star knows about this, but this could possibly get, yeah, this could get bribed if Hockey Star ages to medieval earlier than him. But doesn't look like Hockey Star is aging before. Oh, these heavy infantry may be taken down. Yeah, they will be taken down. Oops. Okay, that light horse died. At least one of the units died. That was a nice micro by Hockey. I can't believe Red Bull actually lost units there. I cannot believe this. This should have been an easy win for Red Bull. Really, really bad micro over there. Yeah, really bad micro. He should have easily taken this merchant out. Maybe even without losing a single unit. And Red Bull, no. Oh, that's sad. 2 unit loss for Hockey Star here. Look at the scores; they're almost equal. There's almost no difference here. Now, one point where Red Bull is slightly luckier than Hockey, or maybe let's not call it very lucky, but still, both his mines are close to his cities. Even the third mine is close to the city. For Hockey, this mine is way out of, like, on one corner of the territory, and this is on another corner of the territory. That means these are going to be very prone to raiding. If Hockey has to commit to these mines, he'll have to walk a long way, probably get some towers. It's not a good, yeah, not a good idea sometimes. So he's only stuck with one single mine that's within his territory and secured. And you can see his metal income way behind what Red Bull's got. And metal is very important because without metal you cannot make heavy cavalry, heavy infantry, and the siege units. Metal is one of those um, undermined resources. People don't usually think that they've got low metal until they realize, oh, I don't have metal for building a castle, or I don't have metal for spamming siege units. And the wealth income is pouring in for Hockey Star. It has to be some kind of advantage, or maybe because Hockey Star got the taxation upgrade earlier. And look at that, Hockey Star has also got the civic level 3, which means now he can get a city here. Red Bull forgot about his senator, that he just gave 100 wealth free to Hockey. And if you're looking at Hockey's units, he is not committing to wealth at all. He's spamming scholars here, and he's going all cheap units, like units that don't cost wealth. Meanwhile, Red Bull on the other side is making like upgraded heavy archers. They do cost some wealth. And you can see that because of saving all that wealth, Hockey Star is actually able to get much better knowledge income there. Oh, that's a bad exchange. Bad exchange for Hockey. I mean, for Hockey, he lost some units, and now this city has been placed in a perfect position that allows Hockey Star to get 3 woodcutter camps. I would argue this wood camp could be better placed right here instead of there, because now it's in the front where he could receive more raids. But if you're looking at Hockey Star's research, he is completely committed towards a boom. He's got the wealth to support that, and Red Bull is doing amazing here as well. I personally think Red Bull is really good at booming. I yeah I do not feel comfortable playing when he's booming. I usually try to rush him or kill him earlier if I have to win the game, because I'm not that good at booming. And you can see how well Red Bull is doing. I mean, if his knowledge is not as good, but his resources are really nice. He is capped at 215. That tells me that he does not have the extra commerce that Hockey does here. Lumber mill and probably a smelter will be dropped down here as well. There's a smelter. Now, something that's very important at this stage is to get a castle down. And since Red Bull is making hanging gardens, yeah, since Red Bull is making hanging gardens, it's important for Hockey Star to either kill him before he can utilize his hanging gardens, or even get his own wonder. Because hanging gardens provides you with cheaper upgrades from granary, smelter, and lumber mill, and not to forget the the knowledge. So it's a perfect rare for a long-term boom. As long as you can reap the benefits of building hanging gardens, it's a perfect thing you can do. And Hockey is lagging behind. Let me tell you, these guys, both of them can see the scores. The tournament plays off so that I can cast, and thanks to these guys that they have allowed me to cast with tournament play off. It can be a bugger to have tournament play off, because you know what your opponent does do or how well you are doing. But well, these are advanced players. I don't think they're relying a lot on the scores. Oh man, yeah, that merchant is going to die. We have not seen a lot of raids from Hockey, and now look at that. Red Bull is suddenly so much ahead in knowledge. Looking at his score, I think he is very close to Enlightenment Age, or closer than what Hockey is. Hockey is going for Monarchy. I don't think he wants to take this game for a long, like, protract this game. He wants to finish as soon as possible. He's trying to get his Herbal Lore upgrade. Any new player or even inters who don't know what Herbal Lore does, these upgrades provide you with faster production of units. That's very important, right? With faster unit production, you can have in a constant battle where both the players are producing units back and forth, you have an edge because your units are going to be produced faster than him. No fourth city from Red Bull yet, so either he has forgotten or he doesn't have the civic upgrade. It could be both of those. But yeah, Red Bull is doing really well with the raids, and that's what you were supposed to with Iroquois. Iroquois have amazing raiding potential because their infantry are faster, so it's easy to hit and run. And I see a unit on the mini map, a green unit somewhere here, so that tells me that Red Bull has planted a scout somewhere here, very sneakily. Now this is an amazing raid, and it would work with any kind of other nation except Dutch, because Dutch caravans are very strong. They're not going to be killed by a dragoon. But overall, Red Bull seems to be in a very good position. Do not get fooled. This is not Red Bull's army. I am watching it from Hockey Star's perspective, so Red Bull's army is just hidden. He probably has a lot more army than that. And it's a matter of time before one of them ages. So the ecos are not that different. and hockey has managed to close in the gap between knowledge difference. It's just lovely to see how evenly these guys are matched here. And despite not having as many good rares as Red Bull, hockey is still keeping equal footing here. Those raids are nice. Even if you can't hurt your opponent's economy, sometimes just irritating him is enough to win the game. I think Red Bull has put the Dragoons to infinite queue here. Finally, hockey is almost ready to age. And look at that, I think Red Bull is waiting to age as well. He is going to be clicking up to Enlightenment Age very soon. Both of them might be clicking it at about the same time. There is 900 knowledge. I'm just waiting for Red Bull to click it up. Oh yeah, there's Red Bull's Enlightenment upgrade, and we can see Hockey Star clicking on that anytime. Yep, both of them age almost at the same time. Amazing. But what Red Bull is doing that Hockey is not is the raids. These raids are going to make so much difference. And this happens a lot in Rise of Nations. Once you start defending, you just continue defending for the rest of the game. If you want to kill, you need to start your own raids and give your opponent a hard time. Looking at the ecos, of course, the Red Bull has got a much better eco thanks to this hanging garden right here. Red Bull can possibly go for the 4th commerce. That'll give him a 320 eco. And that is decoy production, very much required. But I think these decoys are either killed by the spies. Yeah, probably killed by the... Ooh, that's a big army. That's a big army. Nope. I don't think Hockey is going to win this. Especially with those Okwaris from Red Bull, yeah. Those Okwaris are super strong. They can each one can act as a commando, so you can snipe units. And the best unit to snipe are these cuirassiers, because they're the strongest single unit you have. If you were to snipe a musketeer or a fusilier, you'd have to snipe 3 units separately because they come as a trio. But I guess a big reason why Red Bull wins with this game is because of his raids and the rare resources. Maybe I'll give a better weightage to his raids. He did really well with that. So that's our game number 1. Let's get right into the game number 2. This time I'm going to observe Red Bull. I'll be alternating it every time.
Blue. Oh yeah.
Alright, now this time Hockey Star is offensive and Red Bull is defensive with Koreans. I'm excited for this game as well. And Red Bull has used his Bison hack again. And he's got the die here. Die with Koreans is the perfect combination because Koreans benefit a lot after building a city more than any other nation. So with the die, because every time they build a city, they get free villagers. With die, Red Bull can hasten his third city building. Now, something to point out: Red Bull has deleted his temple, which means he is going for the second science build. Deleting the temple provides you with extra wealth as the salvage point, and if you are careful with your resources or ruin manipulation, you can get a wealth ruin. And yep, there goes the science 2. With the science 2, you not only get better line of sight, you also get a plus 25 bonus for every ruin that you collect. So right now, even if Red Bull collects the same number of ruins as Hockey Star, he will get much more out of it. On the other side, Hockey Star is French. French are amazing. I do not think there's going to be any problem. And now this diamond is right in the center, and it all depends on who's going to control it. Oh, Hockey's so unlucky. Look at that. His woodcutter camp would have been this one, but he got the +4 instead. But on the bright side, he's got enough wood to get him to 150 eco right in this city, thanks to this lumber mill and the extra woodcutter bonus for French. Now this time the map has some decent resources, much better than what we had last time. Um, we've got cotton here, which is amazing for a French player because cotton lets you produce units faster. And yeah, that's what you want to do with French. Copper is going to be, yeah, nobody's going to fight for copper. Furs here amazing, wool is good, and this horses can be the key for French player Hockey Star here to win, because French get their unique units, which are the, I think, Cavaliers, if I'm not wrong, and those units are very strong. They're super strong, and with horses he can make them cheaper. So yeah, Hockey Star should try to control this rare as much as possible. And look at that, Red Bull is using his village scout, but with Koreans there's a very unique thing. Koreans get an instant upgrade to militia as soon as they age. So that means Red Bull can use these villagers to raid these rare resources. And yeah, we are going to see Red Bull sending his villagers in all in all both the two corners of the map to take out wool and horses. That makes Koreans a really good viable option for raids. But Red Bull has not been so lucky with the rare resources. I mean, for the ruins, look at that. He's hardly got anything. French Hockey Star has got the better deal here, and if this continues, it could mean Red Bull is not going to age as fast as Hockey. That's a lucky +5 for Red Bull right there. And a barracks is coming from Hockey here. This could be, I think Hockey is going to attack using this, because it's very common for Korean players to go civic to right away after aging, just because Koreans have their militia to protect themselves. So even if he sends 4 villagers right here to build a city and the city gets intercepted by few units, the Koreans can still hold on their own. So I think this is a nice attempt, although I have no idea where Hockey is going with it, and I cannot see since I'm watching it from Red Bull's perspective. But anyway, this diamond is going to be a game changer. These two resources, horses and diamonds, complete game changers. Whoever controls them will have an awesome edge throughout the game. Red Bull is using die. He just sent a merchant there, so we could see the Civic 2 coming anytime. And since he has got Koreans get this religion upgrade for free, which provides an extra border push. So a temple in the second city, a very good choice. The moment uh, Civic level 2 completes, he's going to be pushing back so much. And amazing, look at that. Hockey Star what is anticipating that he knows Red Bull will be coming here with some raids. And well, oh my god, I can't believe Hockey went for Senator with Trench. That's so unexpected. I would expect him to go Despot and just enjoy the plunder here. I do not know what, but looking at the border push, yep, Hockey has just got the Civic as well. Oh my god, Hockey is going to build faster than Red Bull. That's nice. Ooh, and Red Bull might be able to bribe these archers. That's so sad again. What is Red Bull? What is Hockey waiting for? No, Hockey missed the perfect opportunity. Losing these bowmen was the biggest mistake he could make right now. He had such a nice game going over there. Oh my god. This game was completely in favor of Hockey all this time. Just losing that bowman. Oh man. I wouldn't want to be Hockey right now. This instant, whatever happened right now, it changes everything. Look at those blood-hungry militia. I'm gonna get you. But well, the game's still not as it's not like the game is over. Hockey is doing amazing still. Look at that, 146 eco for wood. But in all that, Red Bull actually lost a lot. He is going to control diamonds, but Red Bull has got nothing. His eco is almost dead. Both of them are doing fine now, and none of them controls horses. Actually, Red Bull kind of controls horses, but he's not using it. Red Bull also is using militia. This is, I'm telling you, Hockey Star was extremely unlucky, and he is kicking himself right now for missing that, for missing out that perfect opportunity. It was the perfect opportunity for him. All he had to do is not lose his archers, or even just delete his archers. That would have been a better strategy, and get his city before. But losing those archers to bribe, that completely turned it around for him. Another tower coming, and this tower is going to have these villagers in the range, so yeah, bad idea. Of course Hockey doesn't know, so I'm just commentating because I can see everything, but for Hockey he's assuming that Red Bull still hasn't got anything here. And not to forget that the temple upgrade the temple religion upgrade gives you extra range. So when this tower completes, this tower can actually take this tower down, and this tower cannot attack it because Hockey probably does not have the religion upgrade. Oh, it's just out of the range. But there's no point. There's no point of this tower. Red Bull Hockey still cannot use this woodcutter camp. And yeah, Red Bull is getting back on his feet with the diamonds, bison, die. Hockey Star's resources were closer to him. It would give him better edge at an offensive approach rather than a boom. But well, let's let him play. He is doing really good here so far with his boom. This time he's not starved with metal. He does have two nice metal mines close to each other, and a third mine as well, so it's not going to be a problem. Red Bull has got a library full of scholars. The game's still even, and look at that, Hockey Star has got a better wealth income despite Red Bull having diamonds. This is deja vu. This is what happened last game. Hockey Star, either he knows something that we do not. He knows how to get the caravans routed so that they make the most. It's something like that, because um, Red Bull made his third city before Hockey, and Red Bull has been using diamonds. He still does not have as good a wealth income. And any viewers watching this, this is a live game. This is not a replay. Uh, it's a best of 5 series between Hockey Star and Red Bull. Red Bull won the first game, and Hockey. Let's see if Hockey can take this. But if I remember correctly, French and Koreans is also a rare combination to see. And look at that, finally Red Bull gonna start sieging down the tower and the woodcutter camp. Nice. Anybody watching this, remember we are going to be coming up with a standard tournament very soon. So it's good to watch more standard games and play more standard games so you can get back in the league. It's interesting that Red Bull has a siege workshop but not a single barracks or stable. And yeah, Red Bull's hanging garden master strategy is here. Red Bull has actually done this twice with me when I'm playing with him, and what I found effective against this kind of play from Red Bull is to kill him faster. Do not let him reach enlightenment age. Yeah, this wonder gives its most the best value out of this wonder can be received after the 4th science is done. And nice, these raids are probably what's going to save Hockey at this point. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going, Roman? And the upgraded heavy cavalry, it won't be a bad idea to get a siege workshop so a free supply wagon can heal these units. I hope Hockey does not lose another unit to bribes. Red Bull already has a better knowledge income, and if he once he completes Hanging Gardens, he's going to be exploding with knowledge. Hockey really needs to finish this game as soon as possible. And this castle is going in the perfect place. This is already a very vulnerable site for raids. So if this castle is completed, now Red Bull is going to be, yeah, he can take a breath of relief. Anybody watching this, let me know in the comment section. We can have some interaction going. Hockey Star has got the first for him, so that's good. First for French is especially great because that lets them get the extra military, and of course that means extra armor. And here's an ambush from Hockey. Amazing. Sometimes you don't expect that. I mean, everybody knows that ambush is possible, but people just kind of forget about it. Oh man, this can turn the game around completely. towards Hockey Star's favor. Hockey still doesn't have he still doesn't have a siege workshop, so they are getting the all these units are still receiving the attrition. But there's so many units that and Red Bull is not doing so well here, so I guess it doesn't matter. Even with attrition, Red Bull is not going to be getting rid of this army. And the thing is, this path is right in the middle of his trading route. So all Hockey Star needs to do is just hold this position, and he can kill any caravan that walks right there. Hey Billy, uh, well, it's great to see that you're back if you have been playing before. I cast almost every day, and I try to cast expert players of this game. So yeah, just follow my channel so you can you don't miss out on any updates. And it's really fun watching these games and casting as well. Actually, we have a tournament going, and if you are interested, you can check that out as well. The tournament replays are on YouTube, and there's another tournament coming very soon. We'll talk about all that later next week. And look at that, finally we are seeing the supply wagon that was so much required all this time. Now Hockey Star units can receive healing. Oh man, this turn this did not go well for Red Bull. Red Bull should have got this castle up much earlier. Now this is this is also not good for Red Bull. He just gave an easy target for Hockey Star to hit. Hockey is already getting so much out of this exchange. Yeah. And you can see that what this raid did to Red Bull's eco. Red Bull is going to lose this castle very soon, and on top of that, Red Bull is also an age behind. I can see what he's up to. Look at that, but he's got a lot of resources. Wonder what he's trying to do with it. That's a lot. That's a lot of metal and a lot of wealth. Red Bull's eco is completely crippled here. Still not that bad, but nowhere close to what Hockey's got here. And Hockey's forgotten to send the units from these barracks here, but it happens all the time. It's fine. Looking at what the position Hockey is in, he can afford to forget these units. Yeah, he's doing fine. Another bribe. Now the thing is, Red Bull does not have a castle. Red Bull, why would he make a castle right there in the same place? Red Bull does not. He's got enough resources to. Yeah, he's got enough resources to get Enlightenment Age. I don't think Red Bull is going to win this yet. It's very unlikely for now. He messed up right at this point when he did not have a lookout. He lost so many of his archers to ambush, and he lost his castle as well. Hockey is doing perfectly fine. These were the scores. These were the scores completely turned around. Last game, Red Bull was 5800 and Hockey Star was 43. And it's also somewhat about it's the magic of aggressive nations. Aggressive nations are so much better Last time Red Bull took aggressive nation and he won. This time it's hockey. If you look here, hockey has no defensive towers in the background because and Red Bull has not done a very good job at raids either. Yeah, it's just a matter of time before Red Bull just gives up. Red Bull lost a university and he still has a better knowledge. He's still, yeah, better knowledge income than Red Bull. Yeah, this ambush messed up everything. And here we are at the end of the second game. Red Bull has resigned. That means hockey is 1-1. Okay guys, we are into game 3. Red Bull has won 1, hockey has won 1. This is still a best of 5 series, so whatever happens in this game, it's not going to decide the outcome. Welcome to the third game. Here we got China versus Spanish. Yes, this is one of those. This is one of those common. Actually, we see a lot of China versus Spanish games, so it's nothing unusual. And I would. It's hard to say which one is better. I really like Spanish for their anti-cavalry infantry, but still they don't have an unusual advantage. I won't say they're too good. And especially against China. China is not a cavalry civilization, so it's not like the Spanish are going to be able to use that. Where Spanish really shine is their start, because since Spanish have 2 scouts, they can have a much faster start, and they can do a lot of damage in the beginning. Now Red Bull has got Hockey's got Papyrus here with furs. This is a perfect combination for a boom game. He's also got Cotton here. I think as I have no doubt that Hockey is going for a boom build. He does not want to kill fast. He'll just may probably try to get the game to gunpowder or enlightenment before he kills. On this side, Red Bull has got Silk. Silk is amazing too, and Silver. So Silk and Silver versus Furs and Papyrus. If you ask me, I would prefer this combo, but that does not mean that Silk and Silver are bad. Silk and Silver are also amazing. Both of the, actually it's still difficult to decide. Silk provides you cheaper commerce, so you can have a robust economy, but Pappy and Furs will help you get the required upgrades for the next age. Then in the no man's land there's Copper, which is not going to be any reason to fight. Wine is okay. Cotton is good. So I guess the four important rare resources are already split up between the two players. And look at that, hockey's already got 100 wood income, and hockey is doing very well with the scouting. I'll have to say, hockey has the skills for scouting. He last time he got more ruin bonus than Red Bull, despite Red Bull going for science too. And this time Red Bull has two scouts, and he still doesn't have that many more ruins as you would expect. Oh, hey Billy. Well, actually, if there are some nations that are very good, I would say Lakota are amazing. Indians, Americans, these are really good nations. But I think people are more likely to use those because they're OP. We don't ban any nations. There are some really shitty nations. I consider Chinese as one. Spanish are not that good either. So yeah, if anybody was allowed to pick nations, like pick a particular nation, I don't think anybody will ever pick Chinese. People might even pick Spanish if they have exhausted other nations, but no, not Chinese. And look at that, hockey is already aging. He is getting his barracks down, and Red Bull is getting his barracks down as well. Yeah, thanks to Tappy. I want to see how much does this cost. It just costs 72 wealth and 48 knowledge. His science researches are going to be so cheap. That's dirt cheap. 132 wealth. This is 216 wealth. Oh my god. This is so good. This is 120 wealth and 96 knowledge. That's how much you spend for a science 2 for a generic civilization. I guess Red Bull is going for his standard build. He'll try to get a third city right here or somewhere. Yep, he already has the Civic 2 done. He could also get a temple, I guess. But this is surprising. Red Bull doesn't usually build a barracks initially, so he is going for a change in strategy. That's good for him. Meanwhile, this side, um, Hockey is not going for Civic 2. He is more into getting his metal income better. Red Bull here has not started accumulating metal at all. And there drops city. This was a perfect blend. Red Bull is probably very likely, well, maybe not. Looking at his resources, no, he's not clicked on Senator yet. Oh, this does not look good for Red Bull. He might lose the city. Since Hockey has not spent resources on Civic yet, like he just spent resources, he could make a bigger army than what Red Bull has. And Red Bull is going to try his best to bribe some of these units. And Red Bull also always messes things here. Like last time also his city was raided. But it's not as bad as last time. I wonder why nobody's bribing. Oh yep, Red Bull is going to lose these archers. That's sad. You don't expect something like this. at this position of the game. Hockey Star started way later with the city, and he will finish his city much faster. In such a position, even getting a tower somewhere here is not a bad idea if you know the city is going to take very long to finish. Since both of these guys are senators, so we don't expect anybody to be taking their cities right now. There comes a Sable. They're still on equal footings. Nobody has any kind of advantage. I I wonder what. Oh, okay, it's because of these two. Silver and silk, both of them give you wealth. So it's giving an extra wealth income for Red Bull. 62 compared to 43. That's almost a 50% difference. So far everything's still balanced. But look at that. Red Bull's got the religion upgrade. And I mean, Hockey's got the religion upgrade, so he's pushing really hard on Red Bull's territory. And Hockey's got a way better eco here. Looks like these two always take the game to the gunpowder age at least. Well, that's a good thing about Chinese though, is that since they can make instant villagers, if you have time and if you're not being constantly raided by your opponent, you can max out your eco much faster than any other civilization. And Hockey has aged much faster here. Well, I guess we should be expecting this game to end in gunpowder or enlightenment for sure. Hockey's already he's upgraded his fire lances, so I expect him to be raiding now. Oh yeah, it does look like we're gonna see some raids. He has taken over the wealth income for Red Bull. I think Red Bull is still not doing as well as he was doing before. Because of this city, he took a lot of blows there. He had to continue making more units just to defend, even if he did not plan to. He had to send some more villagers for the city. So yeah, it didn't work as good for him. There is no way for me to find out what researches he has, but if I had to guess, I would say he's not doing as good as a Hockey here. Nettle forgot to bribe. This is unique. Oh, finally he's bribing. nice race finally. This is what I was waiting for. Now the game becomes interesting. Here's this caravan, which the caravan is going right into its own death. I guess it will survive to live another day. Red Bull may lose this game again because of the same reason. He does not have as many units. Even though Red Bull is making pikemen are very weak. Crossbowmen, but they are weak against these fire lances. Fire lances are the perfect counter for what for a crossbowman. But if you're rooting for Red Bull, well, there's some hope. Red Bull still got a nice knowledge in them, so he can potentially come back in the game if he finds himself stranded. But Hockey has, oh no, Hockey lost his senator. This is the last thing you want to do, because when you lose a senator to your opponent's fire, you give him 100 metal. 100 wealth. That's not a good thing to do. Cataphract gets, yeah, that raid initially was a really nice raid, but it things turned south later. But yeah, Red Bull, Hockey is in a condition to age. Red Bull's eco has taken a big blow here, 45 wealth. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be Red Bull at this point. It's already so frustrating. And if Hockey ages, Red Bull could see how Hockey is aging, so it's no big deal. But I would wish that Hockey had some siege units right here waiting, so that he could start eating the city as soon as he ages. The heavy knight upgrade has come in, and looking at how much knowledge Red Bull has got, I would say he is either planning for a next a science 4, or he's just waiting for the food income to bounce back normal. Oh, Hockey lost another unit. And a senator, 100 wealth for Red Bull. Well, if I had to bet right now, I would say Hockey Star is probably going to take this game home. He's doing great so far. A nice eco, better knowledge income. That's all you need. He's got the third civic. So I wonder what he's up to with that. Is he going to get another city here? Red Bull is just going to age and not doing so fine either. Oh yeah. One caravan raided. Nope, does not look good for Red Bull. Red Bull is far behind. His eco is messed up. His knowledge is also messed up. Only a miracle can save him at this point. I'm just curious to see if he can. Oh no, I am not allowed to see buildings. But I guess he should have built a little farther away so this mine would be in the radius as well. Oh yeah, and I'm just waiting for Red Bull to say GG anytime. Yep, there it comes. And anybody new watching this, remember raids are the most important part of this game. You, yeah, if you don't raid your opponent, you will get end up raided. And look at the Red Bull; they eventually get a lot more ruins, but then he wasn't able to transform that into a victory. And this is game number 4. I'm very excited to see this. If Hockey wins this, he has won the best of 3, best of 5. Wait, I should take offensive.
Have fun storming the castle.
Alright, game 4. Red Bull has taken aggressive, and Hockey just went for a random nation. Let's see what he got. Maya versus Japan. Well, Red Hockey got the bad nation for this case. He does have nice rares though: bison, cotton, and silk on this side. Versus what Red Bull's got. Red Bull's got wine, peacocks, and diamonds. This is the 3rd time in the series that he's getting diamonds. And that's nice. It's going to be nice wealth for him. Peacock and diamonds themselves give you plus 30. On the corners, we have got obsidian here. Obsidian probably not going to be a much thing to fight for, or spice either. So the important rares are already close to the territory, and that's good. So Dave, are you talking about Japanese versus Maya, considering the rare resources? Oh, are you talking about Billy? Okay. Well, I do feel there are some nations that are not as good as the others, but there's no difference. Like there's no day and night difference. You can still win. You do have a slight disadvantage against certain nation combos, but it's nothing too bad. Well, look at the Hockey Stars wood. That's amazing. That's probably a 7. If you have wood like that, you don't need to go for the center forest. Well, really bad ruins for Red Bull. He's just got 2 so far. And what happened to Hockey? Hockey just forgot his scout. Whenever that happens, it's I know it happens to me sometimes when I am so focused on everything else, I forgot using my scout. But it can change the outcome of the game completely. Yeah, not tolerable at this stage. Well, yeah, as they've said, some of the worst nations can be good in the right circumstances. Um, as I said, Chinese. I don't like Chinese at all. But if I am almost dead, or if I'm almost dead in my and I have just got time to revive my eco, Chinese can bounce back their eco really fast. One of the fastest to bounce back because of the instant villagers and instant merchant caravan. I don't know how much. Well, looking at that, it's probably a 7. No, it's probably a 5. But 5 is not a big deal. Still do not know why would hockey build it in front instead of the of behind. But this is just more secured than building in front. Yep, there is a barracks coming. This is the new meta in standard games. Everybody goes for barracks right after, or right before aging, I would say. Two ruins right in Hockey Stars territory. I wonder if Hockey is going to notice these. That's instant 100 and one in Red Bull's territory. Actually, 3 ruins for in Hockey Stars territory. Let's see. Yep, here comes the sign. Here comes the Civic 2. Red Bull has sent a bowman here. Well, I really like the wealth income for Red Bull. 20 and 10 here. So 53, that's about half of the commerce gap. That's a really nice wealth income for starting of the game. He can spam scholars right now, and hockey is going to be a little late for stopping the city. No hope there. Well, but this was to be expected, and this time hockey, like every time hockey would, yeah, hockey would eventually always get his city right next to Red Bull, but no more. He's not as fast. He cannot be as fast as Japanese, of course. Maya are good, or but nowhere as good as Japan. Hey Dave, thanks for the one viewer. And yeah, I did start that that ancient barrack thing, and it worked out so well because nobody is expecting barracks in the raid after the city is being put down. People expect ancient raids before the second city, but after the second city, it's just not expected. People think, yeah, let's go for stable raids, but infantry are much stronger than stable because they can be put together, easy to micro, easy to stand ground. The best bet for hockey is to go for an ambush. This won't work out. This won't work out. Ambush would have been better. He could have saved the merchant. And this is a nice spot for the city. I would say a tower right here and a tower right here, and that would make it almost raid proof. It's time for hockey to start raiding as well, because hockey has not done anything yet. He needs to get rid of the diamond merchants and the wine merchant. Sad, Red Bull, yeah, he's just getting the commerce. I would expect him to get a commerce much earlier. Yeah, Dave, you're right. If you're slow, if the other person has a stable and you are at barracks, yes, it's a bad idea. But since you can make barracks much earlier than stable, more you should not be falling behind somebody in terms of barracks and stable. You should be getting a barracks much earlier. But right, yeah, if you have a slow start, I wouldn't suggest getting barracks and going for that raid. Probably just for defense is fine, but not for the raids. And thanks to this Bison, Hockey is keeping up with his attack. I have no clue why would Red Bull build a barracks here. Oh, woodcutter camp. What the fuck, Red Bull? Yeah, why wouldn't he just start here? That was a waste of 70 wood. Anyway, still waiting for Hockey to raid. Hockey has played some really nice games. In the last two games were full of raids, and that's exactly why he won those two games. So let's see if he can pull something like that once again. I know Hockey's game is more towards moving, and I would say the same thing about Red Bull. Yeah, his game is more towards booming as well. But this time Red Bull has learned his lesson. He's going to start raiding much sooner. He has already raided some of the rare resources, and he's continuing to put pressure. So you're saying you already had that woodcutter camp? Okay, I did not notice it. But if Red Bull had to get a city camp, even this would be not be a bad place. Anyway, 88 wealth versus 78. But where Red Bull is shining is in the knowledge department. He's got nice knowledge income. He could outage um to gunpowder easily. He would reach gunpowder much faster than Hockey Star at this point. This is going to be a big woodcutter hub for Hockey. Oh, well, Hockey is a little unlucky with his mountains. He's just got two mountains in the home territory, and this is a 6, probably a 6 as well. Yeah, he really needs to get a smelter. Without a smelter, it's not much. For Red Bull's got an 8 here and a 5, and I think both of these are enough to last him the entire game. He's even got a +5 here, so no problem for. Yep, we might see this game end very soon. This time Red Bull's the one going on an ambush. Hockey cannot see this. Lucky for Hockey. Oh, Hockey is going for Hanging Gardens. You know what that means. It just gives a great incentive for Red Bull to go on an offense. Since Hockey just started building that, he is in no condition. He will not be in a very good condition to attack. There goes a caravan, 50 wealth. What is the senator doing here? Nice. This can be irritating. They're hardly doing any damage. They're not going to kill any villagers, but they are still keeping them from working. And that's all you want. Another raid, nice. Hockey is doing what he does best. Raids. This knight will, yeah, that this can be garrison. Cotton merchant is safe still. And a castle here. I would say this city is more likely to get attacked than that one, and maybe a castle in the center would work as well. But the thing is that Red Bull could stop that castle from being made. So yeah, castle behind city, not the worst of the option. Will it get bribed? Yes, it will get bribed. Red Bull forgot about this. I can't see anything inside, but I bet Hockey is not prepared for defending. Oh man, he just lost his senator. Nice race by Red Bull. Red Bull is not going to lose this. If he loses this, that's the end of best of 5. And so far, the thing how things have been going, I don't I don't reckon Red Bull is at a disadvantage. He's doing really good. 2 siege units and a third siege unit coming. A nice eco there. Hockey getting this Hanging Gardens was a big mistake for Hockey. Yeah, if he doesn't survive for this, he's dead. What is Red Bull doing? Where is his army? Why would he just lose his senator for nothing? These 3 siege units are there like all by themselves. What did just happen? I would say GG as well, but no more. I think Hockey still has a chance because that attack failed, and Hockey is no more. Hockey is no more on the defensive, and he's got the eco. He's got everything he needs. Hanging Gardens with silk. That's the recipe for disaster for your opponent, not for you. Yep, here goes the gunpowder rage research. Since tournament plays off, both of them can see it. Interesting. Hockey is still not using the second mine. Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, he has a third mine here, but he's not using his mines. What just happened? Hockey did something bad that he's gonna do. Tell us right now. What is Hockey? Tell us. By the way, Red Bull does not have a scout here, so yep, possible spying. Mentalist, well, actually, after you play a number of games, you just get saturated. It's not like yeah, I think he's somewhere around the peak, and it's very difficult to be the best that you never lose ever a game ever. It's just not possible. But yes, if you have a lot of games played, it still doesn't mean that you're going to be the best. But Red Bull is doing fine, I guess. But yeah, nice. What's this doing here? I cannot see what Hockey has, but looks like he is looking at his wealth, knowledge and food. He is getting ready for gunpowder. The sad part is I don't see any army. There could be a few units there, but against Japan with monarchy and 3 sieges, the odds of him surviving this are very low. Yeah, Hockey might want to call these back. Oh no. After I would say medieval age, the after medieval age the senator is almost useless. The enemy units are so strong that it's very difficult to bribe somebody. Look at that. I think the economy wise, both of them were close, not a lot of difference, but it's the military where hockey messed up. Hockey had a better eco at the end, actually. Yeah, hockey should have more army than he had. I don't know what he was doing. Not the best use of the resources. This time I'm going to observe hockey. We've got a score of 2-2 each, and this is going to be the last one. Hey, mentalist, no, nobody's going random here. Uh, it's a part of the series. You can pick economic, defensive, or aggressive. You cannot pick the same things again and again. But yeah, if you're watching this live and you're asking what Red Bull is doing, in that case, he just opened because somebody wanted to observe. So that's why we are waiting. But I would have to say we have had a surge in number of standard games being hosted. There was almost zero standard games last year, and now we are seeing more and more players getting into standard. I really like that.
Have fun storming the
One
castle.
problem with standard is that the skill difference
Dream.
makes a lot of difference compared to uh, Nomad. Because even if in Nomad some players are not that good, they still can survive for at least the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Boom!
In standard, if you're not that good, you could be wiped out within 15 minutes of the game. And that's why most of the noobs don't like to play standard, because they feel like they're not good for anything in there. Okay, hockey star with Romans. I am excited for this. And Red Bull is random economic nations are also good. I hope it's just not the run of the mill combination. Dutch versus Romans. Have I ever seen this? No, I have not. Mentalist, I'm from India. I think you are from Turkey, am I right? So Dutch versus Romans. What's your bet? If you're watching this, who do you think has a fair advantage in this game? For Dutch, he's got Silk. So Silk plus Dutch already at a 10% discount, and with another 25, so he's getting a total of 35% discount. And then he's got marbles here and some citrus. Nah, I won't go for that. But this sugar in the center is going to be very useful. I would call let's not call it center. It's more likely that Red Bull will grab the sugar. Well, let's see. On this side, Romans with Papyrus. I would say Romans with Papyrus is a good combo, because Romans already get extra wealth income from their cities, and with Pappy now they can spend it on science researches. Something to point out in the game, we have not seen a single despotic government by anybody. I wonder if this is the game where we'll see somebody go despot. The rares are not like that. There are no rares that would say that would prompt me to go for a despot game in such a map. But well, let's hope. else it's just all Senator. All 4 games, everybody's been Senator. I would say rares are slightly better for hockey here. Pappy, Wine, and Obsidian. But for Dutch, well, he's using furs here, so that could be something. Then he's also got tobacco, good for wealth and knowledge. And yeah, as Mentalist said, that Dutch are very strong in standard because they start with a lot of freebies. They start with a free commerce, 2 free armed merchants, a market. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of freebies. Even though Romans start with military, I would still like to have the Dutch advantage because a market is like free 80 wood, right? Then 2 merchants, that's about 70 wood and 30 wealth. Then commerce, that's another 54 wood and 54 wealth, 54 food. That easily surpasses the free military advantage. Well, Mentalist, Red Bull picked economic because he picked offensive last game, so he could not pick offensive again. He had to pick either defensive or economic, and it's a common knowledge that the best of the nations, are a part of offensive group, and the second best nations are a part of economic group. There are some overlaps as well, but yeah, if he could pick one, either defensive or economic for the final round against Hockey Star, he would. I totally understand why he would pick economic. And look at that, Red Bull going for barracks. There are some archers. While Hockey Star is also going for barracks, I understand what Hockey Star is doing here. Hockey wants to finish this barrack right after he ages, so he gets free heavy infantry. And Red Bull is prepared for that. That's why he's making archers. And Red Bull is using Pappy as well, man. That's sneaky. But at the same time, his merchant is so far apart that Hockey will not. Very likely, he will not realize that somebody is there. Oh, and unlucky for Hockey, Hockey's barracks has been scouted. His only choice for now is to get this senator out and bribe one of these guys. Meanwhile, I wonder if Red Bull is going for a second Civic as well. He does have sugar. I do not know if he has scouted or not, but he probably, if he knows about the sugar, it's a very good idea to get a city here so that he can control sugar for the rest of the game. And look at that, Red Bull is already at a 150 food income. I have not seen any border push, but yeah, Temple is going to be a border push, and if it's Temple is coming, then Civic 2 is coming as well. Red Bull is using so many rare resources. Look at that, silk, tobacco, furs, and Pappy here. Even citrus. The only reason I would think that Red Bull is using citrus instead of sugar is if he has not scouted sugar, and that seems like the plausible reason. Yeah, he does not know about sugar. But that's a very successful raid here. Hockey is completely taken aback. His eco is messed up. Is Hockey going to resign right now? He might. But well, it's a final of the best of 5, so he shouldn't give up that easily. Well, Hockey did get the extra science. Nice. and that's a damage decode. Okay, that's a little late for the city. I would expect Red Bull to get a city much faster because um yeah, because he started his raid so much earlier. I guess he spent some resources for the military too, and that's why he's slower. Oh no, but because of this now Red Bull has lost control of sugar. He could have a monopoly over sugar if he could finish the city much sooner. Never mind. I have no clue how did Red Bull not get a city before hockey. Yeah, that city is completing. Oh, nice save for the Bowman. And there we see Hockey getting back on his feet. Good wood income right there. And a fort coming from Red Bull. Wait. Oh no, Red Bull is the Dutch guy. He is getting a fort before Romans. That's funny. And yeah, Hockey is completely no, actually Red Bull no, Hockey is completely neglecting his medal income. A plus 10, he is not going to be able to afford a fort with that kind of income. And since Red Bull is aging up, that just means, oh yeah, that just means now he will be able to finish his fort. Hockey's trying his best to border push right now. Look at that religion upgrade from this side. He could go for medieval age as well. But these raids are so annoying, right? Yeah, Hockey does not have militia and he has to keep running away. Oh man, and here Red Bull has done such a great job with capturing the rare resources. He is using Pappy, Furs, and Silk. It's going to be hard to beat him. It's going to be very hard to beat him, even with Romans. And there goes the siege. The only complaint I have from Hockey right here is his medal income. He's doing all right, but the medal is too bad. He cannot expect to win with such low medal. Hockey is using one rare resource. If he knows about obsidian, he should use it because he is making he's making so many archers anyway.
Yes.
Looks like it's almost GG from Hockey Star. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna see a GG coming very soon. Oh yeah, I mean even oh, the one unit that he bribed was the weakest unit there was. That's it. So we are at the end of our best of 5. and Red Bull has taken the victory with 3-2. Everybody watching this, thank you guys. This was fun to cast and kind of predictable as well as kind of predictable as well, since both of these guys have been playing with a lot of boom and slight amount of raids, no despot whatsoever. And in this game, it was just so difficult for Hockey Star to get back because Sugar, Pappy, Furs, Tobacco, and Silk, even Citrus, everything goes to Red Bull. So it is not feasible to win such a game. Oh yeah, and Red Bull also got a better win bonus. And here is the updated score. Red Bull is the winner of best of 5 against Hockey Star. Really nice games. If you guys have any requests, like if you guys want to see any two players play a 1 versus 1, let me know. I can ask them and we can arrange a best of 3 or best of 5 if those are available. Anyway, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.